It's your boy JF the Don, and you're on Can We Talk for a Minute. This is the first episode, and I'm here with my boy Joseph Morgan. Got an incredible story for y'all, and I hope y'all enjoy it.
Okay. So I'm sitting here with my boy Joseph Morgan, and just breaking down everything that y'all ain't gonna believe this shit. I promise you ain't gonna believe this shit.
Crazy white boy shit.
This is beyond crazy white boy shit. Like this shit. Every time I tell somebody this, I leave the room feeling like this nigga don't believe me. Like I know they don't believe me.
No one does.
I tell them fact check it, look it up. I give them your government. I be out in the streets giving everybody your government. If I knew your dark, if I knew your darkened number, I would fucking be like 555. You know what I mean? But
good thing I don't run the streets.
Nah, I'm proud of you. I always tell you that, bro. But before we get to the proud part and we get to all that, I want to break down everything that's been going on with your case. That was going on, and we could speak freely now. So everything that you hear, it's already happened. He already did his time. Can't be prosecuted, so no snitching going on. He brought his paperwork. He pulled up on his own.
He said he don't got it, you shouldn't show up.
He said he don't play that shit. You know what I mean? And that's official. He even gave me a recommendation. He's like, yo, bro, you should start just showing some shit like this, nigga. Pull up with your paperwork. I'm like, damn, I ain't even ready, but I'm gonna get ready.
I don't think people should come out anywhere, talk shit about people, or tell a story if you can't back it up right now. How the fuck do I know what the hell? I grew up with you, but
yeah,
if I meet someone from brand new, how am I supposed to know what you're telling me is true other than what's coming out of your mouth?
That's official.
So that's why with this right here, you can't lie.
You can't.
Google me, bitch!
Nah, that's real. But let's get into this shit. So where you from? I know where you from, but where you from?
Little town outside of Boston called Lynn, Mass.
Okay.
No one ever heard of it, but we rep the shit out of it.
Mm-hmm.
East side, west side, don't matter. But I was born in Salem, lived in Lynn my whole life when I was a little kid. Then we moved to this big, huge building. It used to be a high school called Carver Hill. It's like 500 apartments in there. No bullshit. The hallways are so big where you can play football in them. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's an old tech school.
Okay.
I lived there till I was like 13. My mom met a Dominican dude and got married. My mom's name's Julia Rosario.
Okay.
She actually got murdered fucking in Nashville a couple of years ago. But
rest in peace.
Oh yeah, rest in peace, moms. But when she moved to Jersey, I was living there for a little bit. I was like, yo, I can't do this shit, bro.
Okay.
Right in Jersey City, New York Ave.
Yeah.
In the hood.
Yeah.
No, I don't know one person there. Everyone's Spanish.
White with your fucking blue eyes and shit.
They're like, yo, get the fuck out of here, you cop.
You had your hat to the back. You definitely was a cop.
Like,
you definitely was a cop.
On, you're definitely a cop.
Definitely.
But I moved back home and ended up having to move in with my uncle, and I actually had to go to Swampscott. I was in middle school, bro.
Tough neighborhoods. Tough neighborhoods.
All those rich fucking kids. You know what I mean? My dumb ass goes there. I'm there for like 6 months. I get kicked out of school for selling bullets.
You were selling bullets?
Yeah. And $1 a bullet.
In
middle school.
Bullets? Like real bullets?
Oh yeah. I was stealing it from my uncle. And I was selling them at school. And I got caught selling bullets, bro. How stupid is that?
And motherfuckers, no, that's stupid. But
they were buying them.
The motherfuckers was dumb that was buying them. What they was buying? They was just cause they was
one bullet.
They just wanted to be cool and buy bullets.
Yeah, just weird.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Then I moved back to Lynn. Getting in mad trouble. Go to DYS.
Yeah, that would definitely get you in trouble.
Yeah,
selling bullets and fucking anywhere, it'll get you in trouble.
So I was
educational purposes only.
Yeah. So when we were kids, we were dumb as hell. By the time I was April 26, 95, I was 12 years old, a month away from 13. I was already got committed to DYS.
Now committed, what's that?
It's like basically like parole for kids, I guess you can say. Right? And then you go to juvie. I was there for a while. Got out. I came home. I was there for like 20 months or something stupid. I came home. I was there for like 8 days.
So you almost did 2 years.
Yeah, I came home and I got out for like 8 days and went back for carjacking. Right? Then I get out, go do juvie time again. I come home and I move to Chelsea.
Yep.
I try to poke up a kid in Chelsea, the new high school.
You tried to stab a kid?
Yeah, 2 Puerto Rican dudes trying to jump me because I crushed his art project.
So you in school just didn't...
Yeah,
did you catch all your cases in school? What's going on here? You was just rebellious against school, huh?
Anything. Any form of dictatorship.
Just you wasn't for it.
I was against it.
Okay.
So I'd do anything that was stupid as hell. But I was wicked little.
Mm-hmm.
The only white kid around.
Yeah.
So you try to act
with
out.
the blue eyes. Don't forget the blue eyes.
Don't forget the baby blues. You know what I'm saying? Can't scratch your baby blues. But being young, mad little, white, all my friends are black, Dominican, Puerto Ricans. You always try to act out because you feel like you got to act extra.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you're just wild as shit.
You felt like you had to do extra so they would be
like
respected.
prove like you get your own respect. You know
okay.
What I mean? But I don't know. You know how it is. We started hustling when we were little.
Yeah.
Acting stupid. And I don't know where you want to go to after that. Go from just...
So basically, you're in high school.
We could leave it as a knucklehead youth.
Okay. So you get out of high school, the stabbing part.
I dropped out.
Okay, 10th grade you dropped out.
I did it twice, though.
You dropped out twice?
No, I tried to do 10th grade twice.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you get out of that, and then what happens? Do you stay in Lynn, or do you move out? What's going on? Where do you head to?
Back and forth, because I would live with my uncle, and then my father for a little bit.
Yeah.
And my uncle for a little bit. And then I think I got my first crib when I was 17 on Green Street. Down in Lynn. Right,
East Lynn?
Yeah, right in the middle of East. And I'm 17. I had to have a fiend sign my
your lease?
Yeah, because I was too young, so I wasn't 18. And was sitting there, hustling out of there for a while.
Okay.
Then my cousin comes down. He's like, yo, you got to come up to New Hampshire. There's mad money in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, all right. I don't want to go to New Hampshire. He's like, come on. So I took every dollar I had. I bought a 250.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I had like 280s or something stupid like that. We moved up to New Hampshire. I go to sell a dude work. He's like, what the fuck is that shit? I'm like, it's coke, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But it was raw shit, powder, pink flaky. He was like, they won't buy it like that. I'm like, oh, for real? I got you. I went to the store, got Nestle, acetone. I cut the shit in half, bro. $900 an ounce.
God damn.
It like it was fucking, you're giving it away.
All right. Now, that was for educational purposes. Obviously, everything is. Now, I want to get into the main case here.
To the fun stuff?
Yeah. Now, I want to let you guys know that everything you're about to hear is official. I'm talking about 100% official. None of it was made up. None of it was altered. Everything is everything. 100%. What you're going to see is 100, right?
United States versus Joseph Morgan. There's my docket number.
Now, he went into a vote, and like I said, I know him from before. They assumed what, 15, 20 million was in there?
Yeah, we figured there'd be probably at least 20.
15, but when they go in there, instead there's $93 million. Yeah. Now, there's a discrepancies, because I want to say for you guys to fact check. I want you guys to do this. So some say it's 80, some say it's 93, some say it's 92, but I just want you to get the type of amount that was in there when he went into this vote. And I want you guys to hear this story, because this shit is absolutely fucking insane. Like, I want you guys to hear this. He went into a fucking vote. He thought there was $15-20 million, which is already fucking nuts. But instead of $15-20 million, there's $93 million in it. 92.7? Excuse me, I'm sorry. $92.7 million was in this motherfucking vote. And this man's about to tell you what the fuck happened when he went in that vote, how he felt, what he had to do to move the money around, how he got the fuck out of Dodge. He about to break all that shit down for you. Right here, you ain't never heard this shit. You ain't never heard no shit like this.
It's definitely the first time telling the story. I never told it before.
Nah? No. Well, let's go. Because I want these motherfuckers to finally believe me.
So the first one I ever did, though, I'll do it real quick. I was 18.
Yeah.
Remember, I had the Lincoln with the 20-inch Daytons on it when I was 18. I'm sitting there, he's like, yo, you want to come out? I'm like, yeah, for what? He's like, I'll give you 50 if you come.
50 what?
50,000.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll give you 50 if you come do this thing. And I was like, what is it? And he's like, oh, we just built 2 houses. I'm like, all right. So we went to Ethan Allen on Route 1. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
In Saugus.
You went to Route 1? Route
1, furniture store, Ethan Allen, very high-end shit. Like, this chair would be $800 there. You know what I mean?
High-end furniture spot.
We took $600,000 worth of furniture out of there.
Holy shit.
3 moving trucks, packed top to bottom, all the way back. We were parking them in the Home Depot parking lot around the corner. We'd fill up a truck, bring the next one. Fill up a truck, bring the next one.
So you guys was there all night just going back and forth?
Moving furniture.
So what's going on with the alarm systems and all that? Like, nobody fucking seen you guys?
So back then, we could just cut it. You didn't have to have it now. So when we go to this stuff, the day before we hit this place, we had been scoping it out. So we go to the library. You can Google any business in business records.
Yeah.
So we would look up places. We want a place that makes this much money.
Okay.
Then we would take that list and start Google Earthing them.
Okay.
You'd find a place that's in a commercial area. There's not many houses.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. Then we'd pick a couple. We'd rent a car, me and Murph, and we would drive out there with the cell phone jammer.
Okay.
So a cell phone jammer, they have an omni or a directional antenna. So I could point it at something, or I could put it on top of something. So if I put it on this building and turned it on, no cell phone in this building will work.
At all?
At all, because
just cell phones?
Just cell phones.
Okay.
Because an alarm system has the line that goes to the street, and then it has a cell phone backup connected to a battery. So if you cut the outside phone line, the cell phone calls for help.
Yeah.
So we would test the building before we ever went to break into it. We'd go up there, hop on the roof, set the jammer up, walk around with the cell phone, make sure we can't get no signals.
Mm-hmm.
All right, bang, that one's it. We're going to do this one.
Shit.
We'd pick out, like, say, they leave the hours here and there. So we had sent the guy Damien out to go check what time they left at night, what time they came back in the morning.
Okay.
On certain days. We had him do it for 2 weekends. Then we went out and we dropped all of our tools off at a storage locker place in Pennsylvania. So they were close, but not super close. So the night of, we don't have to drive all the way from Boston with all the tools.
Okay.
So we go put the tools there. We dress like homeless people. We went to the homeless shelter around the corner, and I had on like grubby clothes. I had a backpack with packs of Newports in it and some bottles of water. And I'm just chilling, talking to the homeless people like, yo, how do I get a place to sleep? I need a bed, blah, blah, blah. Smoking cigarettes with them. They throw them all on the ground. They leave. We picked them all up, bagged them all up.
You backed up the cigarettes that the
so-
homeless people were smoking?
Yeah, the homeless people.
Why'd you
And
do that?
So where the lookout was standing, right in front of the vault and on top of the vault, we put the cigarettes and the bottles of water from the homeless people. So they're looking for homeless people in Ohio when they found
What, some DNA type
Yeah,
shit?
so when the cops get the
shit,
cigarettes,
that's
they're
kind
looking-
of smart.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, no bullshit.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a good one. But we went and then we cut all the fences all the way over to where we would park the truck.
Mm-hmm.
So we have an escape route.
Yep.
Then we took an RV cover, covered the whole 24-foot U-Haul box truck in an RV cover.
Yeah.
Put a strap over the middle to pull it so it'd be tight in the box. Then I cut out the windows so I could see. So then we go, bring our tools up on the roof, set up the cell phone jammer, and we'd cut a hole like 3 feet wide in the roof so that we can go down through the roof. You never go through the doors because then if the alarm goes off, cops walk around, you could see that it's been messed with. You know what I mean? So we went up, cut a big hole in the roof, dropped down. We'd run in first, find the alarm brain for the alarm system. We'd smash it off the wall, rip it all to pieces, and then we'd go back out of the building and sit for like 45 minutes and make sure that we didn't get no calls because we'd have the cell. So I would skip. That's a good part that we skipped. I would wear a one-piece black jumpsuit with a fanny pack with tools in it.
Okay.
I'd take my shoes and I put rubber booties over them so the footprints are different. And I have on like a ski mask with a walkie-talkie and the police scanner each ear.
Okay.
So that if the police or anyone comes or he sees someone, he can hit me and I got it right in my ear ready to go.
Okay.
Gloves, obviously. But we'd go back out of the building for like 45 minutes. We make sure we didn't get no calls. Now that we find out, all right, no calls came in, alarm shut down, building's ours.
Yeah.
So we went up, hopped through the roof, and when we got in the building, there was like 5 Brinks trucks inside the building right in front of the door that we need to get out of the building so I could pull my truck in the building.
Okay.
So we had to pop like a jail door. You know those big magnet jail doors?
Yeah.
So we had 2 6-foot crowbars. We'd pop all them doors, find the keys. Then we had to figure out how to open the fucking door on the truck because it's like you got to do the key and a button and shit to open the door. Then we backed them out. Then I backed my truck in. When I backed my truck in, we had already went to a place in Boston.
Now you got a U-Haul truck that you're backing in.
Yeah, so I back a 24-foot box truck into the building.
Yeah.
And in the back of it is a core bore, which is a spinning machine that like you could set up and cut through the concrete top of the vault.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had 10-foot long magnesium rods, which throw a flame out of them like 5,000 degrees.
Those are the ones that I've seen that people use to take apart ships,
It'll
right?
cut anything in the world except for glass and wood.
Okay.
So to test how strong they were, we were cutting designs in train wheels. Like the big train wheels, we were cutting just grooves into them to make sure how strong they were. And then you need 6-foot oxygen tanks to run them, and you can't own them. You have to rent them. So we went to a rental place in Boston and stole like 8 or 10 of them.
Yeah.
So we pull those off the truck and we're sitting there and we start cutting a big hole in the vault. We cut the first door. The bank vault door is probably 2.5, 3 feet thick. It's like this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big, thick one. So we cut the first one. Then we notice it's wood, right? So say the hole started this big.
Now, a wood, that's a technique that they use.
It just fills the space of the door, because if it was all metal, it's too heavy to move.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So
okay.
they fill it up like layers, but it ends up being thick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But say a hole this big, if you have to go metal, wood, so we'd have to shut off the torch, cut the wood. You
Yeah.
light the torch, cut the metal, cut the wood. So it's taking fucking forever, bro. We were there so long, I had to take a shit there.
What? You went and took a shit while...
Yeah.
So while he was breaking into the vault, you ran to the bathroom to take a shit.
Yeah, because only me and Murph would go in. The lookout would stay outside.
You went and took a shit while they was breaking into the 90... There's the big vault?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I had to shit. Took a bunch of Adderall, so I'd be like fucking on point. You know what I'm saying? And I had to spray it down with bleach. I had to spray it down with bleach afterwards. And we come back, and while he's cutting it and cutting it and cutting it, it's taking forever. So I leave him, and I run over.
How long did it take to cut in through that vault, you think?
A while.
Like how?
An hour.
Okay.
We were in the building for like 7 or 8 hours.
7, 8 hours?
Yeah, we were there all night.
So, but it took you... So to get in through the roof, that was quick.
So it takes like, say you're setting up, takes 45 minutes to an hour, because you got to sneak around, you got to get set up. Then you have to wait for the cops to come, that's another hour. Then it took an hour, at least an hour, maybe longer to get through that door.
Okay.
But the hole started this big, ended up this big. So the only person who could fit in there is Murph, because I'm way bigger than him. I took him.
Murph is little.
I threw him into the vault. You know what I mean? But the vault was so full of money that they had a plastic bin right in front of the door. So when we cut the last layer, it burned that plastic bin and filled the whole vault up with smoke. Like bad smoke.
Holy shit.
You know, like we had those big, like 4-foot tall fans blowing out, and then another one on the roof.
I remember the bill smelling like fire.
Yeah.
I definitely remember that.
Yeah, the Canuck used to hate it. He'd be like, Papa, why your money always smell like fire?
I used to hate that shit. It's like a whole, here you go, and it's like, bro, what the fuck? It smelled like all smoke. The whole shit
smelled
smoked.
like you had it in a cardboard box and set
No
on fire.
bullshit. The whole shit smelled like a
washed
straight
it and
fire.
everything. It still didn't.
Yeah, that shit stunk.
But because it, like that vault is sealed, there's no air in it. So later on, we thought of it later. Like we could have took the rod and put it in the door and just turned on the air, and it would have forced all the smoke out. We didn't think of it at the time.
Yeah.
So
Too busy taking a shit.
yeah, so we get in there, and I throw him in. He starts like almost fainting because of all the smoke. So I had to pull him right out. So he grabbed a bunch of bags and threw them in front of the door.
Okay.
So we put a 5-gallon bucket in the door, and we'd fill it up with as much as we could, pull the bucket out, dump it in the box. And while we're doing that...
Damn, that shit sound like it would just take forever.
It took forever. And then there's a whole room full of coins, dimes.
Now, you guys burnt a lot of the money, didn't you?
The stack won't burn, but it will singe the edges. Like, if you took this stack of paper and lit it on fire, you'll burn the edge, but you can't burn the paper because the air and the fire can't go through it. But you can singe the fuck out of it.
Because it was so enclosed in there, right?
Packed, you know what I mean?
Oh, the money itself.
Yeah, it's all stacked up.
Okay.
10,500, whatever.
Because I remember seeing the story, and I remember that it said that there was a fire in the vault before you guys even got into. Okay.
So when we cut the last layer, bam, that whole thing just plastic
fucking lit.
melted and fucking filled it all up with black smoke. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
So while we're filling up buckets of money, that room that they had, it had like 50-cent pieces. It had $1 Susan B. Anthony coins. I think they said that it weighed 8 tons.
8 tons?
The coins did.
Yeah.
So I was going over with the pallet and just picking up. It was like stacked up on these things. Like
So you got in, you was driving around in their warehouse.
Yeah, in their
with
fork
their
truck.
pallets.
The fork truck.
Fork truck,
Yeah.
picking up pallets.
Yeah,
Excuse
so
me.
they would have like all these boxes on this weird like stacking thing.
Yeah.
And I would just take 2 of them at a time. Put it
But
on
you're
the,
driving their truck.
Oh, yeah. And I
They're
put it on the back of the truck, push it
pulling
in.
up pallets
go get 2
and-
more, put it on the truck, push it in. They said it was like 8 times. It was $450,000 in $1 coins.
Now was you and Murph switching off driving
Yeah, like if he's like, yo, come do this, and then he would do it or whatever. Whoever was just not doing something. But I loaded up most of them, and then he would help me push them in the truck. It was stupid. It was $452,000, I think. If I remember.
what? And,
$1 coins.
450,000.
We stacked them up. We called it the Great Wall of China. It was in the storage locker in Pennsylvania. But
and it was $1 coins.
Susan B. Anthony coins, that $1 coins look like a big 50-cent piece.
And they was $450,000.
Yeah, it's a lot of boxes.
Holy shit!
So the thing that fucked us was because the vault hole got so small we couldn't get into it. So there was 92.7 in there. We ended up walking out with, I think it was, I have it in here, it's like 2.73 million or something we walked out with.
And that's because, wow, you guys didn't have no more space. You guys couldn't pull up with another
and we ran
U-Haul
out
truck.
of time. And
Okay.
people were coming to work. So before that, we had glued all the doors shut with epoxy.
Yeah.
So that you
I
can't
remember
open it.
asking you. I thought you did that because you was being an asshole.
Sticky bandits.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, we would glue all the doors shut. I keep like throwing things out of order just because it's weird. It's the first time I've ever told a story. First time.
No,
I've
you're
ever
doing great. You're
You know what I
doing
mean?
great. You're good. You're good.
But we would glue the doors shut with a 2-pot epoxy so that if someone showed up for work, you can't open the door and get in. So on the news thing, it said that they thought the doors were frozen
Yeah.
because it was freezing out. It was snowstorm.
Yeah.
But so we get the thing all loaded. We get as much money as we could. We take the coins. It's time to go.
Yeah.
So we just jump in the truck, drive around the corner, had the lookout, get in the rental car that we had, and we
Yeah.
drove to a hotel in Pennsylvania, if I remember right.
Okay.
We pull over there. Me and Murph are like, yo, we should go back and make sure they came to work today, bro, in the snowstorm. Because if they didn't, we can just climb back in and just get some more bags of money. The smoke's got to be gone by now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stupid. And we drive all the way back, and I mean, there was two helicopters, probably.
Yeah, they
500
was
police
all
cars.
over the
Oh, it
place
was
by then.
crazy,
You
bro.
guys was being super greedy.
It was crazy. Yeah, we definitely were. Because you see all that money, bro, and then you're like, damn, I have to leave that.
Now,
It's
even
picture
when
a room as big as this room, completely
So-
stacked full of money.
so, like I said, you assumed that there was $15-20 million in there. When you went in the room, did you know, like by looking, that there was more than
It was a
$15-20
lot,
million?
but it's hard to tell because it's ones, fives.
So
10s,
you didn't
20s,
think
50s.
it like,
I
oh,
just
there's
knew it
more
was-
than 20 million here.
Yeah, we just knew it was a lot.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean? That's
yeah.
why we wanted to risk going back if we had to. If they weren't there, I was going back.
Now,
Yeah.
was it just bills and coins? Was there like gold bars
There
or
was
like
probably 300, 400 guns there too.
guns?
Yeah, we didn't touch no guns. You
Yeah.
get smoked for even just moving them, bro. You
Yeah.
get smoked.
So did they have like gold bars or diamonds
No,
or
it was
anything
just-
like
I mean, the
that?
vault we hit was all cash. Then we cut open one of their smaller vaults. It was empty, so it was a waste of time. So we stopped doing that. And before we left, I stole a Brinks money counting machine. It's like this big, and you
Yeah.
can put a stack of bills all mixed in the top, and you hit like, I want $500 in fives, and it will separate the money for you.
Yeah.
I sat there. I bought a big, huge.
So what, you started playing with the fucking money machine?
No, nah. So we went back to this dude's house, Rob, who snitched on us, and I set up the money count machine, and I had all those boxes full of money that we had took, and I
Yeah.
sat there for I think 4 days, just counting stacks of money like ripping Oxy 60s.
So what it so you had the 450 in coins,
And
and
then
then the other
2.2
one was all in
All
cash.
yeah. Some of it had a couple burn holes,
Sheesh.
some of it had something like that.
They
you
were
know what I
still
mean?
good, trust
Yeah,
me.
and then to wash the money out, though, like we'd go to the casino, I'd be like, how much money you got, you got, you
Yeah,
got, you got.
yeah.
And I'd dump all the low bills on them
Mm-hmm.
to get rid of it at the casino. Then I'd dump low bills on the gas station dude and down, the Mexican dude, the cool dude that pumps
Yeah,
you gas.
yeah.
I'd be like, yo, how much money you make tonight? He'd be like, 800, but how many in big bills? He'd be like, 600. I'd give him $601 bills. He'd be pissed. But we ended up going back. I was counting money for 4 or 5 days. Just sitting
Damn.
there counting money, fucking happy as a pig in shit, bro.
Now,
And then even before that, I'm still, while we're doing this, I'm selling heroin,
yeah.
right? So, and we had just hit a jewelry score right before this one, right before the Brinks. We hit a jewelry manufacturer.
Now, was that for the diamonds?
No, that was for it had diamonds in it, but it was 2.5 million in gold and diamonds. But part of it was the New York Giants Super Bowl rings the year they beat us in the Super Bowl.
So, what you telling me that you got get back for us?
Yeah,
You-
they didn't get to that. They remake rings.
For real?
Yeah, so it's right
What,
here.
the Super Bowl for the Giants?
The Giants, that's this case right here.
The Super Bowl Giants ring, you stole those?
Yeah, there was a lot of them too. And it, like
You,
it said,
hear this? Like, this is what I'm talking to you. Shit, that's unbelievable. He stole the Super Bowl Giants. He seen the Super Bowl rings before they did.
yeah, the New York Giants beat us that year in the Super Bowl, right? And then we were
Us being the Patriots,
the
of
Patriots.
course.
So we were gonna hit this other place, and it ended up going out of business almost.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually got a charge for that in here because we had set up burglary tools on the roof in like a fake disconnect box and filled it with the burglary tools so they'd already be up there. And we put a disconnect on it with a lock so it looked like it was an electrical box. And we got a charge for that too for attempted B&E. But we hit this place and it had all the giant Super Bowl rings in it.
Okay.
So we did the same setup as the Brinks place. We'd go, set up a jammer, cut the hole in the roof, drop down, get the alarm system, wait. And then when we went in to get the alarm system, our plan was bring up like a fanny bag, a big one, and whatever you can see while we're killing this alarm, just in case we can't come back in, fill that bags up. So at least we get something.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So when we went in that first one to get the alarm system, I found all the rings laying on these tables, like
All the
for
Super
display.
Bowl rings.
There was like I don't know how many there was. There was a lot of them.
Yeah.
And then we actually had like 20 or 30 that weren't finished too. They like weren't polished yet,
Yeah.
but they were I don't know really
I
humongous.
can't believe you stole the
They
Super
were like
Bowl
almost the
ring.
size of
That's
this watch, bro.
crazy.
They were like almost the size of this, and it'd be fully encased in diamonds, say New York on it.
Yeah.
And it would say like Eli Manning, Michael. It just said the
You
last
seen
name.
Eli Manning's
I
Super
had
Bowl ring?
I had Strahans. I didn't have Mannings, but I had
Oh,
Strahans.
okay. Yeah. Michael Strahan?
Yeah.
You had his Super Bowl ring?
Yeah, I schmelted it.
Get the fuck
Yeah,
out of
we
here.
cooked it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how you got rid of. You melted all down, and what?
So
you took the diamonds out?
Only the Giants rings.
Okay.
So I got like say, fucking 50 pounds of gold of class rings because they make all kinds of rings and weird stuff. Like the gold bars they had were weird. They were say 3 feet long, 4 inches wide, but like a quarter of an inch thick. They were like plate gold bars, not like big fat ones.
Yeah.
Because this place would make class rings, fix whatever. They would do contracts for companies like
Yeah.
gold pins.
You
for doing-
almost make it seem like if it's like a sheet of gold type shit.
Yeah, but they was like thin like this. Like I just filled barrels with them. Bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much shit we got out of this place. I had like, I don't know. I had so much silver bags of like little. They look like BBs, but they
Yeah.
were silver because they would melt it and make whatever they had to do. I would have to bring a rolling suitcase into the jeweler in Boston because the silver bags weighed so much fucking weight.
Yeah.
But they're like a whole bag, 25 pounds was like only like $1,500. So I just bring them like 10 of them at a time.
Shit.
I was going to Boston every other day, and I had 3 jewelers, and each jeweler would buy 20 grand a day.
Damn.
Yeah, so the reason that we ended up getting hot was Murph and Damien wanted to legalize
So you guys
the
was
money.
doing 60 grand a day.
Yeah. But this is all intertwined. Like, the Brinks was only 6 months after we had stole all the gold and diamonds.
So hold on. So you're doing 60 a day prior to doing the Brinks job.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so, like, we were already making
Tons
good
of money. Yeah.
we were already making really good money. And while we're doing that, though, Murph, who's like he's super smart, but he's like so smart he's stupid.
Yeah. Now they say that Murph was the leader, right?
100%.
They
He
say
taught
that he's
me.
the leader.
He taught everything to me.
Yeah.
I learned everything that I had to do from him. We
Yeah.
would do everything else after that 50-50.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was good with Murph. Murph was a good dude. He used to be one of my customers. Yeah, and he was
not
great.
him, but he would buy it for fucking bitches.
Yeah,
he was a
he
trick.
was great.
He was a trick.
He was great.
He would come over to my house and buy fucking $1,500 worth of dope just to give it away to girls.
No,
Just-
that's
just to try to
exactly
get
what
some
he
pussy.
used to do. Yeah, he was great.
Just to get some pussy, you'd suck up.
Till he told.
Yeah. Well, he didn't tell on me, but that can come out as we go. But so Murph talks Damien into setting up a business, like a we buy gold business, like a pawn shop type thing. They put it through the city, got the numbers, all that shit.
This is still prior to the.
This is in between the both of them. Like
Okay.
we're selling the gold, doing this, doing that, and then we hit the brakes.
Okay.
But we figured we'd get 20 million out of there and never have to.
So
do
he
it.
decided to start a company selling gold that he was stealing.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Knowing that he's the number one burglar
In that area.
by far.
Yeah.
Every state trooper hates this guy. This guy Zani's the detective for all that kind of shit. Like, he knows all of us first. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
sees you, he knows you.
Yeah.
And they're always on Murph's ass. He spent 20 years in jail, probably. I'm the only co-defendant he's ever had that never snitched. The only one. He's done 20 years, probably.
God damn.
Yeah. And, but they're trying to legalize the money. So knowing that you're the number one burglar around, knowing you're always hot, you're sending this place $200,000 worth of gold, class rings and bars, knowing that it's all stolen from this place we just hit a month ago in Massachusetts,
Yeah.
in your own state, in your backyard. So they didn't want to do the whole thing like I was doing, just selling it, 20 grand, 20 grand, 20 grand. It wasn't good enough. They
They
to
wanted
legalize it.
bigger chunks.
So one of those little tricks that Murph had that you were saying how he would buy for all those bitches. One of them girls leaves, she gets arrested. She gets arrested for something with one of her boyfriends or whatever.
Yeah.
I have her statement in here somewhere. So she snitches and says Murph told right here, Jordan Hartman told the cops about the score. She hopes Murph finds out it's her that told. He does it with a kid named Jomo, which is me, Joe Morgan, and Damien. And Murph would show her large things of gold, money, tell her how much the splits were, everything. He told all these little junkie girls everything that we did. Dang. So because he kicked her out the crib and then she got busted, she snitched on us.
Yeah.
So now when they start investigating, they start going through your records, your bank accounts, your this, your that. Oh, Murph, you got a jewelry business now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty convenient. That is pretty freaking convenient that you sold $200,000 worth of gold yesterday.
Yeah.
It's pretty stupid.
So that was like that one big order that fucked him in the end.
He was doing it for months. And
Shit.
I remember I went to his house. I gave him 125 grand, but he blew it in like a week on these tricks. He would be like,
What
hey,
the fuck?
you can get boobs in an apartment and I'll pay for the rent for the whole year up front. You can get a car and boobs. You can get this and boobs.
Damn.
And they were like all these little girls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They was definitely young high school girls.
Yeah. But it was crazy. He'd buy them whatever he want, take them wherever they want. They would just say, I need $5,000 for a bag. And he'd be like,
Yeah.
okay, can I get laid?
And what I mean by high school girls, they wasn't in high school. They was just really young, and
Yeah,
you
like
know,
Murph's
we
my
call them
father's
like
age.
high school girls. They look really young, but they wasn't in high school.
Yeah, like Murph's my father's age.
Yeah.
So he's paying girls our age to have sex with him.
Yeah, he was like what, 50 years old or
I
something.
think he's like 20, 25 years
Yeah,
older than I am.
and he would mess with like 19-year-olds,
Yeah.
20-year-olds, and it was just creepy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It
but
was
he
creepy.
would have to pay them like for sex. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Now, talking about Murph, I wanted to ask you something. Did they find a safe in his backyard?
No, so we had Damien bury the safe at his friend's house that we had.
So
took
they
out this-
did find a safe that
yeah,
was
but
buried.
that's out of the jewelry place. That's not the Brinks place.
Okay.
So when we hit the jewelry place, I popped this door.
Mm-hmm.
After we go back in, and the place is just shelves of gold, shelves of silver, shelves of platinum, bags and
Shelves
boxes.
of platinum?
Yeah,
So what
like
they
that,
have,
that
like-
thin stuff.
Do they have?
They had them on the
the
walls,
thin
like
shit
separated.
again?
Yeah, it was like
Okay.
10, 14, all separated, different lengths, whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had all big boxes and like all these shelving things of class rings and boxes full of silver BBs,
Mm-hmm.
and then all these things full of diamonds, and then a whole bucket full of like non-precious stones, like rubies or whatever they are.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get rid of them anyways. But so we take all that shit, and then we're trying to open the vault. And when we would knock the dial off, cut the hole right through, and then you could unlock the safe, like a
Yeah.
regular safe. So we keep cutting it, can't get it off. So we cut the feet, put it on the dolly, moved all the stuff off the loading dock, backed the truck to the loading dock, pushed it on, put everything back exactly the way it was.
Okay.
So on the news, they said that we craned the safe out of the roof, like craned it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We just dragged it out the door with your own shit. We used your dolly to pull it outside. And then we brought it back. It was a 5,000-pound safe. We
You brought the safe back?
to the warehouse. that
Yeah.
we had-
Oh,
that Murph
back
had.
to your joint. Yeah,
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 the
yeah,
moving
yeah.
company warehouse. So we would go back there. We'd cut it open. We open it up. It's fucking basically empty. So we took a 5,000-pound safe. It had
That
like,
had shit.
it had like 3 unfinished Super Bowl rings and like a couple small bags of diamonds in it.
Oh, hell
It was
no.
completely worthless.
Oh hell no.
So we told Damien take it and bury it in your boy's yard because he lived out in like Western Mass somewhere with mad land. So we dug a hole, put it in the ground.
Yeah.
But so the cops started investigating because she snitched. They go to Murph's business records.
Mm-hmm.
Find out he's selling gold to this place. You're selling gold. She said you stole gold. Gold's missing from here. Bang, we're gonna hit your house.
God damn.
They find gold in his truck and shit in his house. When they go through his known associates, Damien's on the same gold selling place. So
What? Like he's the partner?
he's selling gold to the same place through his fake company. And he's a known
They got
associate.
2 fake companies?
Yeah, they each had their own.
Oh my
But now
god.
you're a known associate, so when they run your name through that system, you're also selling gold
in the same area.
to the same place. And you're from Master, you're a known burglar.
Oh my
you did
God.
20 years. So
Oh my
they
god.
go, they raid Damien's house. Damien snitched before he even got to the police station. He got to the police station, made a 7-hour tape statement on us
God damn.
about everything we did, blah, blah, blah. And then he tells about the Brinks place. So that's how they got onto Brinks, was through that. Because they're looking for homeless people in Ohio.
So they had no idea it was
no,
you guys.
No, they said, like on the thing, they said that we were the best burglary crew they've ever seen. When I was trying to
the
get
news?
bail, when I was
Yeah.
trying to get bail, in my transcripts you would be able to find it. But the judge was like, or the DA said, Your Honor, you want to give this kid bail? He already posted a $100,000 cash bail for the other case.
Yeah.
And then his heist is more than the Lufthansa heist in New York. And you want to give this kid
Shit.
bail and let him back on the street? Because they thought I'd go right back to stealing. But
Yeah.
I'm losing my train of thought now.
You was talking about jumping into the bank and the safe.
So-
He brought it back.
So he snitches on everything, and then he says, and they sent me out to Case of Brinks in Ohio.
Okay,
Damien
that was
does.
the big one that they didn't know you guys
Yeah, they
did.
had no clue. They're looking for homeless people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We put homeless cigarettes, DNA everywhere. There was
Yeah.
none of our shit anywhere. They didn't find anything of ours until they hit my storage locker.
Okay,
So he snitches and says it was me, this guy Rob, and Murph. They go to Rob's house and say, Rob, we know it was you. We're going to get you.
yep.
He goes, okay, I need a lawyer. What information do you need? Snitches instantly.
Oh shit.
Tells them that we have a storage locker in New Hampshire up off the
So
highway.
everybody just started snitching.
Yeah, it was crazy. And he didn't
Jesus.
get arrested. That's the worst part. You didn't even get arrested. And
He told and he
If
didn't even get
say
arrested?
anything, we would never even got arrested for it. Because you need two
Jesus.
people to corroborate the story without evidence.
That's what the feds.
That was the Fed case, yeah.
Yeah.
So the reason we went all the way to Ohio was because we found out from a lawyer that B&E into a non-residential building in Ohio is a 1-year maximum sentence. So no matter what you got caught burglarizing, as long as it wasn't a house, you get 1 year maximum no matter what.
Okay, so any commercial space you was
So that's
good.
why we went there. 'Cause if you get caught, you get a year. It's not bad.
Okay.
So the feds picked it up.
You
for
did your
driving.
homework.
Yeah, we definitely we had went out to California before, all kinds of places, but we got picked up for driving across state lines with the money. So they charged us for interstate transportation of stolen goods, receiving stolen goods, racketeering.
Because you guys drove
from Ohio
back
once we
to-
crossed to Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they charged us for that, and then we
Now, is every state a different count?
No, it's just they charge us 4 counts: money laundering, racketeering, interstate transportation, and then
Okay.
receiving or whatever.
So there's
something
not
like
like 2-3 counts of interstate for every state
that.
that you
it's just
crossed. Okay.
So then the feds say I'm out on bail from the state for $100,000 I bailed out cash,
Okay.
and then the feds. I know in the state you only got me for receiving. That's
Mm-hmm.
the worst part. All these guys are telling.
Yeah.
It's a receiving stolen property charge. You didn't even get caught doing
So
it.
they're not even getting that much
No,
time.
you get a receiving stolen property charge.
Yeah.
You snitch on everybody you know for receiving stolen property. What's that, a year probation?
You know what happens though? The police gets them in there and threatens them and
Yeah.
tells them they're about to do 10, 15 years,
So
possibly more.
I
And
would've
these
put-
motherfuckers believe it and they end up telling like they always
Yeah.
fucking do.
So I would have put my fucking leg on the line that Damien would never snitch.
Yeah.
Right? The motherfucker did 20, 25 years. He tried to kill a cop, all
Yeah.
kinds of crazy shit. He rips off somebody, his old partner, he ripped him off. They took him, they kidnapped him, they crushed his skull, they stabbed him like 7 or 8 times, wrapped him up in a rug, threw him in the bed of a truck, and left him on the side of the road. Someone found him, took him to the hospital.
Oh shit.
Never the same after that. That's why he was with us. He was with us.
Who would be?
Yeah,
Who
no
would
shit.
be?
But he was super solid before that. Like, we would chase the dudes down Boston Street, stabbing them up,
So
all
what,
kinds
that,
of shit.
that,
We
that
hopped right
beat
out.
him, made him soft?
Yeah, it was crazy, bro. It twisted his whole brain up. Like, before that, we're in Lynn, East Lynn. Dude pulls up, knocks on the window. Yo, what up, what up, what up? We got out of the car. We each ripped a plate off the car so the car can't be seen.
Yeah.
We chased this dude down Boston Street, stabbing him.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? Like, he was out of control. Like,
And he definitely didn't die. That person didn't
no,
die at
no,
all.
it was just some bullshit like street fighting shit.
Yeah.
He didn't even get it like that bad 'cause he was taking off running, so we chased him and then we had to go back at the car. We left it at the red light.
Yeah.
But
Those are
he was
the
super
wild
solid,
days.
all about his shit, took care of his shit, always stood tall. And then after that, that's why he was only sent out to check out the hourly thing
Yeah.
for Brinks, and we were like, yo, we'll just break you off.
Okay.
Because he was planned on coming, but after he got his head crushed, he was never the same. So, while
I bet he was. I don't think anybody that gets their head crushed returns exactly
yeah,
the same.
he was bad, but like you would walk in the room and he would be scared. Like he didn't even know who we were when I went to see him in the hospital. It was
God
crazy.
damn.
It was crazy.
Now, there's a story that I want to talk about that I always found it funny, and it always reminds me of that movie Money Talk with Chris Tucker. Now, there was a time where I came over to your crib, and I remember you I walk in and you're like, "Oh Jay, you want to see something cool?" And you give me this bag, like, you know how they have like the Crown Royal bags, them like silky suede type of bags. And it wasn't the Crown Royal bag, but it was one of those. And when I open it, it's a bunch of diamonds.
Yeah.
It was just a whole, like,
just like a sea of diamonds. I'm like,
yeah, I had thousands of
I'm like,
carats.
what the fuck is this? And you're like, yeah, they're stolen. They're great diamonds, but they're not really worth much. And I remember to this day, I was just staring at them like, what the fuck? And you're like, we could do anything. We could get any chain,
I tried
any
to get
bracelet.
every one of the homies to invest and buy gold and diamonds off me.
Yeah.
And no one wanted any part of it.
Well,
They would rather
back
have
then,
me front them dope.
Back then, I had a little bit of change. I didn't have all that change. You know what I
No,
mean?
but instead, they would rather buy dope instead of hustle the jewelry. That's
yeah,
crazy.
they didn't know shit about jewelry like that.
In what year was that? 06, 07?
So those diamonds, like, was that like normal? Was that just like normal shit you would just come across like every time you went into something like
that place there, when I came back, I had so many fucking diamonds.
I remember the chains and
Yeah, so
all
that's what I
the
was gonna say, in
bracelets that you used to
I think it
have.
was 07. So it's before anyone had anything like that.
Yeah, I
We're all
don't.
hustling, doing this. We all got our rope chains with the.
You was
piece.
the first one I seen with the Chrysler 300
Yeah, I had the
SRT joint.
I got that because everyone had a charger.
Now, I remember when you scooped me up. Remember when I got out, you was like, I gotta show you something. You scooped me up. We went down the marsh and that shit was crazy.
Because I had the twin turbo S4 slammed on the 3-piece 20-inch Lowenharts. And we're flying down Route 1 and I see the Chrysler. I'm like, I'm taking that home. I went in there, traded in the car, and I tried to give him the rest in cash. He's like, I'm not taking that. I had to have Murph come down. Right,
not if it was smoky, especially.
I know, right? But I got that SRT8, but I had made 130 gram white gold 2-row 25 carat chain.
Yeah.
130 gram 8-row 20 carat bracelet, and then I had that 19 carat watch. Because all the stones that I had stolen, none of them were bigger than like a .25, like a quarter carat. Because they were all for rings and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they were SI1s. They were all good diamonds. Like when I got my shit appraised, my necklace was $52,000.
Oh shit.
But I didn't pay that.
Yeah,
I ended up having like 11 grand into $75,000 worth of jewelry.
Yeah.
Because I had it like that. But
wow, man,
yeah,
that's
it's crazy.
Now, let me ask you something more on the personal side. Now, through all this shit happening, real talk, talk. Was it all worth it going through all this shit? Like, was all the excitement, all the money, like, not necessarily, basically change it, but at the same time, like, you went through all this and then you end up here. You know what I mean? Like, with all of it at the end.
I've been shot. I got hit with a 40-point blank and went through my liver, lung, and kidney and came out my back. Killed me, I think, 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
That's a funny ass story.
I remember.
We
got time. You can tell us the story, but I just want you to answer the question real quick. Like,
I don't know, because I turned out to be the person that I'm happy with. So, and I have a cool story to tell.
Yeah.
And honestly, I really think that I'd like to talk to like younger kids, because kids that come from where we come from and live the way we live and grow up. Like, my mother got murdered. I've been shot. Every one of my family's dead. Everyone I know is dead, pretty much.
Yeah.
We're in jail doing 1 million years.
Rest in peace, for sure.
I was doing life plus 30.
Yeah.
That's our life. But I came home and I found out the week I got locked up. I called home. My kid's mother says, "Hey, I'm pregnant." I'm like, "Oh fuck! Now I'm gonna have a kid now. I'm locked up." So the bail money I had put up, the 100 grand, I give that to her. We had the house. I had the 3-family house. I had a Tahoe, the SRT8, and I had a '69 Chevelle, and some other bullshit. And I'm like, "Yo, take that, live off that, take care of you and the kid, blah blah blah, till I come home."
Yeah.
And then I missed my son's first 4 years of his life, which was rough. But also at the same time, prison was the best thing that ever happened to me, because now I come home and I signed up for the union. I went to fill out the application in a black and white Essex County Sheriff's van, because Finari wouldn't sign my pass because he didn't like me, because he thought I was the shit, because I had my SRT at the pre-release, right? So he wouldn't sign my pass. He's like, "If you want to go, we'll bring you." I went to the union hall, filled out the application in the sheriff's van. You'd never think, they ain't hiring me. I got in the union. I've been working in the union since I came home in 15. I got 2 kids now. I'm married. I bought a house. I have full insurance for my kids. Everything like that. And I would like to talk to kids to show them that you can get that too.
The right way.
If you want it. You just have to dedicate your life to it. You know what I mean? You have to focus and don't worry about, "Oh shit, we're going out tonight. I know my boy's got 10 G's on him because he's hustling, and I got fucking $200 in my pocket because I'm a working man sucker." But you can't make it if you really want to, and if you try, you dedicate it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't change it because I like, you know what I mean?
You like who you became?
Yeah, and I had a lot of fun. You know what I mean? Who doesn't have fun, bro? I had $1 million, bro.
Yeah.
I was walking around with 70 carats on my neck, driving a brand new SRT8, bro. Going around throwing fistfuls of money at chicks. Who can't say that that's fun? You know what I mean? You live like you had a rap life in Lynn. You know what I mean? And then
my man's wildin'.
I mean, you lived through a lot of bad shit too. Like my mother got killed for $200 worth of drugs.
Yeah, that shit was sad, man. That's just.
You know what I mean? You grow up fucked up. Like I grew up when we were kids. Like my mother had some problems. You know what I mean? I'd come home from the club at 2 a.m. when I was 18, 19, 20, going to the BBC underage shit. You know, the 21 under.
I remember that.
Hustling ecstasy and shit.
Yeah.
And I'd see my little sister walking down Union Street looking for my mother because she ain't been home for 2 days.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean?
up.
That's the shit that sucks about our lives, is that people don't see. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
then,
those were tough days, man.
Then she gets killed out in Nashville for $200 worth of drugs. They beat her up for like 5 hours. They stabbed her twice, tried to crush her head in with a rock, and thought she was dead. And then someone walked by and went to their door to go buy whatever and was like, yo, there's some white lady, y'all fucked up, sleeping in the bushes. And they went back and shot her in the face for $200.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It was fucked up.
God damn.
Then we go. So I had just came home. I wasn't home for that long, so
I'm
I didn't
sorry
have
to hear that,
I didn't
bro.
have any money. You know
Sorry
what I
to
mean?
hear that,
Yeah, it was
bro.
fucked up, bro. It was fucked up. But
Wow.
so my father-in-law, who's probably one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. He knew me, but he didn't know me. All he does is work, take care of his kids, and go home. You'd see him, hey, I'm taking a shower, going to bed. But I wasn't out for that long, so I didn't have much money. My mother got killed in Nashville. We all live in Boston, well, outside of Boston.
Yeah.
I got to get her home somehow. I got no money.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And I started calling around trying to sell my car, my SRT. I still had it when I came home. I had my SRT and my Chevelle. I sold my Chevelle to get my license, get my shit together, whatever. But I'm sitting there and I'm talking to him about it, saying, hey, you know anyone who wants to buy a car? And then the next morning I wake up and he calls me. He's like, yo, go outside. There's a rental car in your driveway. There's $2,500 in cash and a credit card. Go get your mother, bring her home, pay me later.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah, if it
That was
wasn't
dope.
that, you can't find a better person.
Nah, that was dope. That probably meant a
But
lot
because
to
of
you.
the stuff you've been through and you've been so loyal, you treat people the way you're supposed to.
And then that's
He did that for me because he knew that I would appreciate it and I would pay it back.
Now, in that type of lifestyle, did you come across a lot of friends that like
Usually.
that? We know that comes with it, but like, did you come across people that was like good hearted? I always hear about the bad, so I try to put in the
It's
good.
weird.
Like,
Everyone
did
says,
you come
yo,
across good
like,
people?
I was the same person I am now, but I sold dope.
Yeah. No, I don't mean you being nice. Like people around. Did you come across other people where they was real friends? Like,
Yeah,
did you
I got a
come
lot
into
of really good
real
lifelong
friends?
Yeah, I got like people don't know it. Like I've known you, 12, 13 years old. You was with my cousin.
Yeah. It's been a long time.
I could not talk to you for 5 years and call you and say, Jay, I need you to come pick me up in New York. And I know for a fact you'll be there.
I definitely will.
I got-
At least on the Uber.
I got 4 or 5 friends. I got 4 or 5 people that I can legitimately really count on.
Yeah,
And that's
nah,
all
you know
need.
I got you, definitely.
That's all you need in life.
Yeah, I just feel in this type of lifestyle, like you don't really. I feel like it's how good you're doing, because when you're bad, it's really bad.
dude,
Nobody
I know
looks for
when
you.
When I was hustling and I had all everything and I'm fronting dudes half bricks and this, that, when it was real, there wasn't no fentanyl.
Like
shit.
you went from having $1 million when you come home, did people treat you different because
no.
you didn't have
You're
that
the
same
only
$1
person
million?
who offered to if I needed some money and I just didn't take it.
Yeah.
Because my pride's too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So that's what I mean. After having $1 million,
Yeah.
it was just flat out. You didn't really have relationships with people. It was just
Well,
nobody looked
I
for
went to jail
you.
for 5 years too. I never called one person
Yeah.
because I was there. I'm not going to call you and ask
So
you for money.
you did the 5 years and you didn't get in contact or try to stay in contact with
you
nobody.
only get 300 minutes a month in the feds. I would call my kid every day. I'd call and check on my kid every day.
Yeah.
I'd call my boy Mark, who's my daughter's godfather. I'd call him like once every 6 months. Like, yo, when
That's
I
it.
come home, I'm going to be doing the right thing, bro. I need you to help me out and get me in the local.
Do you feel like he believed you?
He got me in the local. Right when I got home, he put his name up for me. You know what I mean? So that shows, even though he knows me as the street drug dealing, fucking running around retard.
Did
jack.
you feel pressure that you had to do the right thing?
No, I don't know what it was. As soon as I found out I was having a kid, I just said in my head, I'm
It
done.
snapped.
Done. I got someone out that depends on me now.
So
You
it
know
was
what I
no longer about you.
mean? No, it's not. It's work myself to death for my kids. That's it. I don't care.
That's dope. That's dope.
But I think that a lot of people don't think you can go, like, I have a record that is, where'd I put it? All of these charges, right? 1, 2.
When was the first time you got arrested?
12.
What year?
94. 95.
Jesus.
It was a month before my 13th birthday, because it was in April.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I got carjacking, home invasion, guns, drugs, everything on here. And I got the union, and you make 6 figures plus benefits.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't think that just because we have this, that you can't do something to support your family legally.
Yeah.
And you really can if you dedicate yourself, bro. And I think that kids would love to hear stories like ours. You know what I mean?
I think so. I absolutely
They don't
think
ever
so.
think you make it out.
What message do you have for a young kid that was to be listening right now? What would you say to a young kid that is in that lifestyle and they think they're gonna run in? Because you know it starts off small and then it escalates.
You're like a scared straight type of shit.
So what would you say to the kid that's breaking into little small shit right now and eventually he's gonna run into that Brinks job if he tries?
I would tell him, if I said, hey, listen, this is what's gonna happen. All your friends are gonna die. You're gonna end up in prison, and you're gonna end up with these bullet holes. That's all you're gonna end up with, and no friends.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you ain't making no money no more, you ain't got no friends no more.
They gone.
Your family, everybody.
They leave with the money.
Most of the people you're around don't care. They just care what you can do for them. How much money can I make if I'm hustling with him? You're not hustling no more? You ain't getting no more phone calls.
Okay. Now, I got one more question for you. It's a good one. Like I said, I like to ask people the good questions. Through the good and bad, through everything that you've been through, everything, what's a memory that no matter what you're going through brings you into that happy place? What's something you can always think of, and no matter what you're going through, you're like, you know,
I think it's just the kids, bro.
Yeah, you think of your kid and
honestly, I hate to say it like this. If I didn't have kids, I would have went straight back to doing what I was doing. First,
Yeah.
it don't bother me.
Nah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have to go to work and pretend to be nice to people. You know how hard that is? I have to pretend to be like a normal person when I'm sitting there like, yo, I want to hit you in the face with this fucking hammer right now. And I have to be like, yeah, hey, yeah, cool, man.
Yeah.
I'd rather stab you or like do something mean to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard to be a normal person when you live like that. It's quiet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to do it for the kids. But it wasn't for them. I'd be out fucking, watch the fuck out. I'm shutting you down.
Shit, I
We were
feel
getting ready
you,
to
I
go do a
understand.
$90 million gold place in Florida right before we got busted. We was looking at boats to steal, all kinds of crazy
Boats?
shit.
What the hell you was gonna
Take
do with the
jewelry out of
boat?
the place, go get it to a boat, drive it up the coast, and then that's it. That's what you gotta do, man. It's Ocean's 11 shit.
Oh man, that would have been a crazy news
I
clip.
wish we had
Fucking
the
going
news-
up the coast in a fucking boat and shit.
I wish we had the news clip from the Giants case. They did the little Chinese dude.
I
flip
still
it.
can't believe you stole the fucking Super Bowl rings.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
So
that
they've
is
talked
something
about
else.
it a couple times before, but I've never spoke about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, like, I don't know, because like, and then I don't talk to any of these people anymore. Like, Damien's a snitch.
Your co-defendants.
Rob's a snitch. Murph didn't put me in jail by snitching on me, but he definitely made videos for the feds on how we were doing the crimes and all this and that. So that's basically the same thing. So, and then come
No,
home.
did he get a reduced sentence for showing them that?
So he ended up getting, like, I think he got 8 years. Right when we got arrested, they're like, if you plead guilty right now, you get 5, you get 8. Because they do like a graph. It's like,
Okay.
like it's like you're a 32 and J, and wherever it meets, that's how much time you get.
Okay.
And I said, I'll take the 5. He went to trial. He lost. They said 20, but 2 of the cases you couldn't charge him with, so they had to drop them right away.
Okay.
The money laundering and the racketeering. They dropped
And he ended up getting 8 anyway, right?
Anyway, so
Yeah.
you went all through all that for nothing, trying to act, because he thought he smiled at everybody. But in jail, you write a fucking how to be a burglar book when you're in jail for burglaries, talking about using magnesium rods and out-of-state storage lockers.
While it's our
and fake
pre-trial.
IDs while we're in jail for using magnesium rods and out-of-state storage lockers. You know what I mean? Like, how
Yeah.
stupid can you be? You really
that's
think you're
pretty
smarter than
stupid.
everybody, bro. But yeah, it was a fun life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now I love the life I have now because I go home, my kids are having fun, they jump on the trampoline.
You don't got to worry about your doors being kicked in.
Never have to look over your back. You know what I mean? You still feel it once in a while, but then you miss it. You're like, damn, I wish I was out right now. Fucking. It's the
Ripping
biggest
and
rush.
running.
There's not a bigger rush in the world than running
Oh, I
into a
bet
building.
there isn't to fucking running into a room with $93 million. I guarantee.
You
I'm
should've seen
pretty
that
sure
gold,
it's
bro.
a.
You should have seen, I was dragging trash barrels full of gold onto the back of a truck. And then I'd go to my storage place, I'd pop the trunk of my 69 Chevelle and have gold bars laying there. And I'd just load it up in a suitcase, go to Boston. 60 grand, let me get that. It was fucking crazy.
Wow.
But
Well,
the worst part is people don't think that, like, they think it's all fake, but whatever.
no, they didn't. That's why I'm so grateful that you came on here and you show love because, like I said, I tell people a lot about your story and I tell them that you're a personal friend and they're like, yeah, sure, buddy. And people don't believe me. And I'm sure that I don't explain it exactly how you explain it, but when I tell them about it, I'm like, listen, you could look it up and
Google
this
me,
guy
bitch.
went into, I Google this motherfucker. So I tell them about you. I'm like $93 million heist and I don't
It's
think
funny,
they
the
believe it.
93
I
million,
really don't think
the
they believe
Giants
it.
one still gets more, like, questions than that.
No, bro, that's Michael Strahan is a fucking legend.
Yeah, but
so to think that you had his Super Bowl ring like before he even
Yeah,
seen it,
we
like
ended up putting them in the thing, they have this white powder you put on them, and then you burn them, and it just melts. Mm-hmm. So all their rings, I just melted them. All those Super Bowl rings. I wish we would have won. I would have got big.
all that time that they put in and all that effort to put into the details into those rings, and he takes them and just melts them down.
Schmelt that.
Smelt it.
And then I posted my bail with it. So the story I wanted to tell you that I skipped earlier, but I'm going to tell you real quick, is funny and embarrassing. When I tell it to the guys at work, I say, this is the day I lost my manhood. So the kid calls my cousin who's on the brace, says, I'm coming to your house, I'm going to kill you. Blah, blah, blah. He's talking shit. Mm-hmm. So Ryan's on the bracelet. He can't leave. So we're there, three of us, one dude at the other spot. Right around the corner, we had like a townhouse that we used to trap out of. And I got a vest, guns, we're sitting there waiting. 2 hours goes by. 3 hours goes by. I'm like, this fucking pussy ain't coming. Take the vest off, take the guns off, put them away, sitting outside, rolling up. 3 carloads of kids pull in. Kid gets out, he's got a bat, blah, blah, blah. There's a whole bunch of them standing there. They let Troy, who's Ryan's friend, walk through the whole crowd. He punches the dude with the bat. Boom! I don't know how you let someone walk through your whole crew when you're here to fight us. Mm-hmm. He hits the dude drops the bat. I pick up the bat, I start cracking dudes. Ryan's hitting dudes. We're all fighting everybody. Half his boys split out, then we keep fighting. All of them end up leaving the kid who started the fight there. He's curled up like this on the floor, on his knees, elbows, right? Ryan's pistol whipping him with a Glock 45, no safety, letting off shots every time he hit him. Kabang, kabang, kabang. We live in like a condo place. You know what I mean? Kabang, 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 kabang. I'm hitting him with the bat. Everyone's kicking him. He pulls a gun out from his waist, starts shooting over his head. Shoots Ryan in the shoulder. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, yo, Troy, hold his hands. I'm going to take the fucking gun from him. He lets him go. The kid stands up. I hit him with the bat. Boom. When he's falling over from like me to you, he's like, boom, shoots me in the stomach.
John Wick.
I dropped the bat. He stood up. I went boom, boom, and he took off running. I looked down. I'm like, yo, Troy, this motherfucker shot me. Troy looks at me, looks down, turned around, and ran as fast as he could the other direction. Left me there,
Shit.
right? Left me. I walk over, lay down beside a car like, yo, if this kid comes back, I'm fucked. So I'm laying on the ground like this. My cousin Ryan comes stumbling out of the house because his other buddy dragged him in the house when he got shot. Yeah. He comes out, and I'm looking at him like, yo, Ryan, it's not that bad. Because I only had a little stain on the front. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm like, it's not that bad. He's like, look at the ground. I look at the ground, there's a puddle like this under me. Because it's pouring out of my back. You know what I mean? So it was a 40, ended up going through my liver, lung, kidney, came out my back. So I'm laying there. Ryan comes to sit next to me, falls right on top of me. Fucking his fat ass. So I push him off. We're sitting there laying. And they're like, let's throw him in the car. We'll take him to the hospital, but I can hear the ambulance. So I'm like, nah, don't touch me. Leave me right here. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, Ryan, are my eyes open? He's like, yeah. I'm like, bro, I can't see anything. Everything's black because it's like shutting down because I'm bleeding out. Yeah. So the ambulance pulls up. They throw him in the ambulance. They cut off all my clothes and they're sitting there. And I hear the guy go, yo, he's going into shock. So he rolled me like this, right? And I'm thinking the dude's going to check the hole in my back. Yeah. The last thing I remember before I died was this dude shoving his finger up my ass. Imagine that being my last memory, like forever. The last thing you remember is getting fingered before you died. That was my first memory when I woke up. Like, yo, shit. I just got fingered to death.
That's what you remember?
Yeah. I'm like, yo, why would you do that? They're like, we have to check for internal bleeding.
Did you get his name?
Huh? No, he didn't even do it. He must have played basketball too. He had some like Akeem Olajuwon fingers. He must have been wearing rings or something. Gorillas. Yeah. But yeah, that's the last thing I remember. Fucking. So you live our life. Crazy. That's what you get. You get fingered before you get fucking dying. It was crazy. I died 4 times that night. Then my stomach kept poisoning me. I died 2 weeks
I
later.
don't get into those situations.
Yo.
My pride let me die right there.
For real. I thought he was just checking the hole in my back. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh, he's just going to look at the hole. I'm like, it just dead. Imagine that. I tell that shit to guys at work, dude. They're like, that never happened. I have to show them the scars and shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's a good one, though. I still think it's funny, even though it's embarrassing as shit.
Well, man, thank you for coming. This was amazing. Like I said, I've been dying to get your story out.